Yeah, Gerard, these are very popular tests and a lot of people having very positive experiences with them. But genetic counselors say that there are a few factors to keep in mind: privacy, family information, and surprising medical news, to name a few.
At-home genetic testing kits are one of the hottest holiday gifts, advertised as a way for customers to discover their ancestry and vulnerability for possible disease. As of 2019, MIT estimated over 26 million people have taken one. But certified genetic counselor Dina Goldberg urges customers to pause before spitting in the tube.
Thinking about where you are in life and how anxious you are and how anxious you would be if you were to find something that that could be significant.
She warns the results could contain explosive information, forever damaging relationships.
Many people that are doing these tests are finding out family secrets that they didn't know before. And that can be really life-changing. These things can really tear apart families sometimes, this information, and it can really change someone's identity of who they are.
As for using these tests to screen for diseases, she points out they aren't the same as the ones performed in a medical setting.
The health testing that is offered from these at-home genetic testing companies is not nearly as comprehensive as a true medical test and will miss a lot of people who are at risk for disease.
And suggests people looking for specific information should see a medical professional instead. Companies do warn customers about these risks in their fine print, but Goldberg doesn't think people are getting the message. Instead, she suggests customers are guided by two questions.
Why am I doing this? And how will this affect me and my family?
The Ruby family knows the importance of organ donations all too well. Their son Christopher died in 2014 following a snowboarding accident. His donated organs saved a child's life.
He was 4 years old and he received Chris's heart valves, and that actually was successful for him.
Chris's father, Jeff, says that success story can create a ripple effect for other families.
What an amazing thing to know that that little guy will then be able to carry on his life.
That's why they support the Nevada Donor Network Foundation's campaign to end the wait.
Right now, Nevadans can only receive a kidney transplant in the whole state of Nevada over at University Medical Center currently. And so any other life-saving transplant, heart, lung, liver, pancreas, Nevadans are having to relocate outside of the state.
Stephen Peralta says there are currently more than 650 Nevadans on the transplant waiting list, but the number of those in need may be in the thousands. A new $35 million institute can help.
This virtual transplant institute, so we're hiring the team of physicians, these transplant surgeons, to be the transplant team, and they'll be able to plug into the existing hospital infrastructure and operating rooms that are already in existence.
Peralta says the Nevada Donor Network is currently #1 in its industry when it comes to the number of organ donors and transplants performed per million population.
Over 90% of everything that we recover from the generous donations from Nevadans, the organs, eyes, and tissues are having to be transported outside of our state. So they're not really benefiting Nevadans.
But funding is needed. And the annual Chris Ruby Cup race at Lee Canyon this January 8th through the 10th will help.
Unfortunately, every day here in America, we're losing 22 people every single day. They're waiting on the list and they're dying.
Well, volunteers with the American Red Cross of Southern Nevada have helped more than 900 people who lost their home to fire this year. But as News 3's Alexis Gore explains, lending a helping hand looks different in the age of COVID-19.
I actually saw a note posted by someone saying, "I see smoke in the distance. Does anybody know what's happening?"
It's something many families fear, a tragedy unforeseen suddenly leaving you without a home.
That how do we as a community get together to not only provide the essentials, but it's also Christmas time.
Since November, the American Red Cross has responded to more than 200 house fires here in Southern Nevada. But COVID-19 has changed how they help families through the unexpected.
Instead of actually showing up at the fire, we conduct the interview over the phone. We start working with them with other community partners and refer them to places that can help them get back on their feet.
Volunteer Diane Orgill says for those who lost their belongings to the fire or don't have access to the internet, help gets harder to reach.
Thing we can to get in touch with them, and a casework line that they can call in, a message line, and then we can call them back if they find a friend's phone or something or get a phone.
Orgill says even with change, she wants people to know their services are still available and people are not alone.
People who don't have insurance agents or families or church groups or someone in the community that they can turn to help them, they're just kind of lost and in shock because they've just lost their home.
So right now they are providing financial assistance for a warm place to stay with food and clothes.
Some people who know they're only going to be out for a few days can find a hotel or motel. Some who know that they're going to be out for a long time might go to a weekly.
And the community can help. Due to COVID-19, only monetary donations are accepted by the Red Cross to provide essentials to the next family in need. In Las Vegas, Alexis Gorey, News 3.